Before you begin, let's talk about some background information. In order to measure, you must first understand fractions and decimals. A fraction is a part or a piece of a whole. The top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. You can turn a fraction into a decimal by dividing the numerator by the denominator. As a rule, when measuring with the U.S. customary measurement system, you measure in fractions. If needed, you can convert to decimals later. In order to measure correctly, you must first determine the scale of the ruler you are using. You start with a whole inch, as you see here. As you move through this video, follow along and create a labeled inch on a piece of paper. Look for this icon to pause the video and complete the step. When you divide the inch in half, you get 1/2 of an inch. If you divide the two halves in half, you now have fourths. 1/4 or 1/4, 2/4, which simplifies to 1/2, and 3/4. The scale of a ruler that looks like this is fourths. When you divide each fourth in half, your scale becomes eighths. You now have 1/8, 2/8, which simplifies to 1/4, 3/8, 4/8, which simplifies to 1/2, 5/8, 6/8, which simplifies to 3/4, and 7/8. You'll finish this example by dividing the eighths in half. This makes the scale of your ruler sixteenths. 1/16, 3/16, 5/16, 7/16, 9/16, 11/16, 13/16, and 15/16. The elevation of the tick marks determine the denominator. All tick marks at this height have a 2 for the denominator. Tick marks at this height all have a 4 for a denominator. Tick marks at this height all have an 8 for a denominator. Tick marks at this height all have a 16 for a denominator. Take a look at all the numerators. What do they have in common? That's right, they are all odd numbers. Whenever you are measuring, your numerator will always be odd. If it is not, you'll likely need to simplify your fraction. Your denominator will always be even. If it is not correct. Go back and determine the scale of your ruler again, because the denominator is always even. This concludes this short explanation video. Go on, my master measurers, and measure well.